kiddos. I wish I could see you, but anyway, I wanted to touch base with you today. I would like for you to make sure, first off, before we get going, that you put the area of the parallelogram and the area of the triangle in your notes from yesterday and check to make sure that it matches. So stop this right now and make sure you have those two, and also go ahead and add the area of the trapezoid because we're working with that one today. So stop the video for a minute. Make sure this is in your notes copied. Okay. Now that we're back, what you learned yesterday and hopefully what you remembered is that the area of a parallelogram is just the base times the height. And the height is always the one that has the right angle with it. The area of a triangle is then base times the height, but it's 1/2 the base times the height. So either do the base times the height and divide by 2, or times it by 0.5, and we'll work some in just a minute. The area of the trapezoid is 1/2 times the height, and then you add the two bases, which is the part I start with. You'll see in the examples in just a minute. So let's work some and make it make more sense. Alright, copy these examples, stop it for just a moment and copy it, then start it back when you're ready. Okay, so hopefully you have these copied now. These are parallelograms, which means our formula is just base times height. Well, the base in this case is the one down below the 18. And the height, remember I told you the height is the one always with the right angle, is 6. So in this case, all you had to do was 18 times 6. Get my trusty calculator. And you get 108. Okay, we're finding the area, which remember finding the area is finding the amount of space inside it. All inside, not around the edges, but inside. And we always measure that in square units, meaning we put the exponent 2 with it. So 108 meters squared. Okay, example 2 down here also looks like, well, it confuses some people because this part here, you need that right angle there. Be sure and draw that in. This part looks like a triangle here with the dotted lines there. It is a triangle, but it's not part of the shape. The only part of the shape is, I'm going to make it the part that is the solid line here. This is what you're looking at, not the dotted triangle. So it's a parallelogram. The dotted triangle is just out here to help you see what the height is. So we are still doing the base, which is 7, and the height, which is 3. It's the one with the right angle. You multiply those, you get 21. Put your yards squared. Always put the exponent. Okay, next one. First off, this should be example 3. Let's fix that. Okay, we're going to do the triangle. I'm going to write the formula up here. For the triangle, it's 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, I colored in the heights on these. You're always looking where the right angle is, so the height on this triangle is 8, and the 14 would be the base. So 1/2 times 14 times 8. Doesn't look so much like an 8, does it? Right, very quickly here. So you have choices in this. You can either go 14 times 8 and then divide by 2, or I could half the 8 and get 4 and times 14. For just easy sake and explaining with y'all, I'm just going to go ahead and do 14 times 8 here. Come on, calculator. 14 times 8 is 112. And then half of that, divide by 2. So 112 divided by 2 is 56. And this is inches squared. Okay, I gave you a right triangle down here. We're still doing 1/2 the base times the height. The base in this one is 21. My height is the one beside the right angle going up there, and that is 18. 21 times 18 is 378. Alright, half it, divide by 2, 189. And it's meters squared. Okay, stop it if you need to copy this. I would make sure that you have these examples in your notes also, because it will help you when you're going back and doing the open notes quizzes and tests. So you should have examples of your parallelogram by now. If not, go back and do it. Examples of the triangle. And then lastly, copy these trapezoids, and then we are going to work those. Okay, so hopefully you have this copied. You left room to work it out. I'm going to write your formula up top here for you, the trapezoid. I put the height first. You see some people put it after the parentheses. It does not matter. Okay, I colored in your height again for you on this one. The height with the right angle there is 8.5. The two bases, if you remember on the first part of the video, I told you that the bases of the trapezoid were the two parallel parts. So that's this one and this one. Those are parallel from each other. They're like the railroad track. Now, we're not multiplying these. Right now, we are adding them. So the 3 plus the 9 gets added to give you 12. And now you are back to where it looks like what we just did on the other part with the triangle. Multiply the 8.5 times 12. 102. And half it, which you know by now means divide by 2. And that gives us 51 meters squared. Well, it's not going to let me draw my box. But anyway, y'all see it? Okay, this one looks a little different, but my height I did in yellow just to help you get used to it. These are still the two parallel parts. Those are the bases. This slanted part does not get used in the trapezoid. Alright, putting in your parts, you would have 1/2 times 16. Add the bases. 22 plus 13. And you get 35 times 16, which would give us 560. But remember, we got this half sitting out here. And 1/2 of 560. 560 divided by 2 is 280 inches squared. Alright, so add your bases, then multiply, divide by 2. Okay, that's it. Your assignment will be posted. So make sure that you do that today and that you upload it for me. And I think that's it for today. Okay, thank you. Miss y'all. Bye.